How are we doing, everyone? Hope you're well. Mr. Boulder here, back today with a collection update video for you. Going to be showing off some stuff that's been in the collection for well over a year now, which I just haven't got around to showing, and a couple of things I picked up just last week. The usual mix of subgenres and styles to show. We're going to get into it after a quick sip of you-know-what. So we're going to start off with a reissue of an album which originally came out back in 1995. Really happy to get this album on vinyl at last, because our original copies of this are incredibly hard to come by. And it's Thunder's Behind Closed Doors. Thunder are one of those old school hard rock bands who were one of the last bands to sort of make a big impact before everything changed in the early 90s with the arrival of grunge and alternative. Good album this. I do prefer the two that come before it, but this is still a really good album. I remember listening to this a lot back in the day on cassette. There's the gatefold for you. This is a 2 LP set, printed in as first LP on clear. So yeah, I won't lie, I kind of fell off the Thunder radar after this album. Did pick up another new album for probably about a good 15-20 years, and the last couple of albums I put out are really good. But this was the last one I remember listening to at the time. Second in there, lyrics and pictures of the guys. This one's on red. I prefer 2 LPs of the same colour. I mean, to be honest, I prefer them on black vinyl, to be fair, but it's what it is. But good album from these guys. Lead singer Danny Bowes, fantastic voice, some great guitar work from Luke Morley and Ben Matthews on here. Seen these guys live a couple of times in the last few years. They're still really good live. Great tracks on this album. River of Pain, fantastic riff. Till the River Runs Dry, great tune. Stand Up, that was a single. Great chorus, really catchy stuff. Like the guitar solo in that as well. Castles in the Sand's a great ballad. Ball and Chain, great track. It happened in this town. And side 4 is a bunch of live stuff on there. So really happy to get this reissue. A good album from Thunder. Not their best, but one I really like at the same time. And it's good to finally have it on vinyl. OG copies, incredibly hard to come by, and it costs an absolute fortune. So once again, thank God for reissues. Let's go right back to the 60s now. And here's the very first Deep Purple album, Shades of Deep Purple, which came out, I think, in about 1967. I'll chuck it in the edit. Decent album from these guys. Not the Deep Purples you really know, though, because here on vocals you've got Rod Evans, and on bass Nick Simper. No idea who those guys are, but you've still got John Lord here. Obviously Richie Blackmore and Ian Pace. Yeah, it's a decent album. When I first heard it, really didn't like it at all, but I've warmed to it quite a bit now. Very psychedelic sounding. It doesn't really sound like the hard rock that you know Purple from throughout the sort of 70s onwards. But there's still some good tunes in this. There's a lot of covers on this, though. You've got I'm So Glad on here, which is a song that Cream covered as well. Help, the Beatles tracks on this. Hey Joe, made famous by Jimi Hendrix. But there's some stuff in this like And the Address, which is decent. Mandrake Root I like as well. Not the best Purple album, but it's still okay. It's grown on me after the first listen, and I really didn't like it too much at all. Just on black. And yeah, nice little pick up to get into the collection. I don't want to pick up all the Purple stuff. This is for a pretty good price, only about 18 quid, which for these days for an album of vinyl is quite cheap. But first Deep Purple album, there's Shades of Deep Purple. Up next, one that I picked up just last week, and glad to finally have this. I've had this on cassette back in the 90s. I had it on CD for ages, been meaning to get it on vinyl for ages, and finally found it for a decent price. I mean, some of the prices this goes for on like Amazon and that is ridiculous. But it's an excellent slice of 90s alternative hard rock. And here's the debut album from Weezer. Even if you don't know this band or don't like this band, you will know one of the songs from this album. Buddy Holly, of course. Very iconic video. Great track. I've played this in the covers band a couple of times. It's a great tune to play along to. This originally came out, I think, in 1994. Rivers Cuomo, I think that's how you say his name on the guitar and vocals. Brian Bell on the guitar. Matt Sharp on bass and vocals. Patrick Wilson on the drums. Excellent 90s alternative rock. No bad songs on this at all. It's superb. Buddy Holly, a song that everyone knows and I absolutely love still to this day. And I should probably be bored of it by now, but I'm not. But My Name is Jonas, first track as well. Great chorus, brilliant stuff. The World Has Turned and Left Me Here is a great track as well. Undone the Sweater song, great stuff. Surf Wax America, I love the lyrics in that. Some great melodies across this entire record. In the Garage, great track. Ends with Only in Dreams. Quite a dark sounding song. Superb stuff. First Weezer album. Very, very happy to finally get this in the collection. And for it not to cost an absolute fortune. Great alternative rock there from the 90s. Some more alternative rock from the 90s here. And this Stone Temple Pilots MTV Unplugged in 1993. This is an unofficial release. Now, I don't normally pick up unofficial releases. But I just don't ever see this getting an official release. And I love all that old school 90s acoustic MTV Unplugged stuff. So I grabbed this. And it was a good price. This was only about 14 quid. So I definitely had to grab it. I've been looking for it for ages. And one day I just finally pulled the trigger. Here we are. Purple vinyl with a bit of a mock-up of that old school Atlantic Records label. So yeah, I love that all that old school acoustic MTV Unplugged stuff from back in the day. The sound quality on this is mostly pretty good. There is one song that it sounded like it was recorded on transistor radio. It sounds absolutely horrendous. But for the most part, it's decent. And it's not going back in their sleeve, so I'll do that afterwards. But Cracker Man sounds fantastic. Creep, the big single, is excellent, of course. Plush, great track. That was the first Temple Pilot song I ever heard. Vaseline, that's the one that sounds dreadful. Not nice to listen to at all. Wicked Garden Steps type thing, excellent guitar riff with a cover of David Bowie's Andy Warhol at the end. So unofficial, but I had to grab it, and it's a good price. Hopefully I'll get an official release at some point. But Stone Temple Pilots MTV Unplugged from 1993. Really, really glad to pick that up and get it out in the collection, despite it not being the best quality, but still decent. Up next, more Stone Temple Pilots, and here's their Best Of Thank You, which originally came out on CD back in 2003. Once again, a case of it's nice to have all the really big songs on one album. 2 LP set. Gatefold there with pictures of the guys. Just on black vinyl, not much point in showing those too much. But so many great tunes on this. Stone Temple Pilots, one of those bands from the 90s. Who started in the 90s, I should say. They're still going now. Excellent. Great tunes. Again, Vaseline. That 2-note riff is just so catchy. It's absolutely brilliant. Big Empty, great tune. Big Bang Baby. I love the riff in that as well. Tripping on a Hole in the Paper Heart. Great tune. In the State Love Song. Love the guitar playing in that. Sex Type Thing again. Fantastic. Days of the Week. Great lyrics in that. A nice acoustic version of Plush at the end. A great compilation of Stone Temple Pilots' best stuff here. Scott Weiland, rest in peace on the vocals. The DeLeo brothers, Eric Kretz. Fantastic band. Excellent alternative 90s rock, grunge here from Stone Temple Pilots. Brilliant stuff. Absolutely love that. Another excellent compilation by a 90s alternative grunge band. And there's Smashing Pumpkins with their greatest hits, which is the other album I picked up just last week. When it comes to Smashing Pumpkins, they're not one of the bands that I love from the 90s grunge bands as much as others. For example, Soundgarden or Nirvana or Stone Temple Pilots. So this Best Of will pretty much do the trick for me. If I found the old albums on CD cheaply, I'd probably pick them up. But this is all I really need for Smashing Pumpkins. There's the gatefold for you. 2 LP. Just on good old black vinyl, as it should be. Billy Corgan on the guitar and vocals. A guy who divides opinion. I've seen some pretty arsehole behaviour from him over the years. Jimmy Chamberlain on the drums here. James Ehar on the guitar. I think it's Darcy on the bass. But great tunes on this compilation. Cherub Rock, love that riff. It's just fantastic. Today, again, great guitar work in that. Really nice chorus. Great vocals from Billy. Bullet for Butterfly Wings, great tune. 1979, I love that tune as well. Zero, Tonight Tonight. Some amazing melodies in Tonight. Ava Adore, great track. The Everlasting Gaze. Stand Inside Your Love. Nice compilation here from Pumpkins. Like I say, if I can grab all the albums cheap on CD, I would pick them up. But this pretty much does a job for me. Excellent compilation here from Smashing Pumpkins. On to some metal now, and here's Annihilator's Metal 2, a re-recording of their album from 2007. I picked this up nearly 2 years ago and still haven't got around to showing it, so here we are. Did it need a re-record? Probably not, but this is a really good re-record, to be fair. I picked this up because it was quite cheap around the Christmas sale time. I say quite cheap, it was about 18 quid. I mean, originally they went about 30, 35 for it. Some of HMV's prices can get in the fucking bin. They really know how to rip you off for records. But this was a good price, so I did pick it up. Loads of guests on this. You got Corey from Trivium on this. Alex, formerly of Children of Bodom, rest in peace. Jeff Loomis from Nevermore. Angela Gotho from Arch Enemy. Danko Jones. Steve Lips-Kudrow from Anvil. Stu Block on the vocals here. Dave Padden sang on the original record. On the drums here we have Dave Lombardo, the drummer originally. I cannot remember who it was actually. But yeah, this album's really good actually. Here we go with nice gatefold there. Again, it's a 2LP. Just on black vinyl. Yeah, when I picked this up originally, I thought, yeah, I'll grab it. It's not essential, but I'm glad I did actually. Chasing the High, great tune. Down the Right, Dominate. Brilliant, brilliant track. Love the guitar riffs in that. Dave Lombardo's drums are superb. Army of One, Couple Suicide. Heavy Metal Maniac, great stuff. Haunted. Romeo Delight, the Van Halen cover, is just an absolutely phenomenal cover. One of the best covers out there. Jeff Waters doing amazing guitar work. As always, let's be honest. Detonation, Clown Parade, stuff like that. Really glad I picked this up. Annihilator's Metal, which came out in 2021. Original album 2007. Did it need a re-record? Not necessarily. Is it a good re-record? Absolutely. Just a few more left to show, and here's the brand new album. Well, I say brand new, been about 6 months now. From Bayley, former Wolfsbane vocalist, former Iron Maiden vocalist, or I should say still current Wolfsbane vocalist, because they're definitely back together these days. Signed by Blaze. His latest album has come out earlier this year. As always, it's a good album from Blaze. I don't like it as much as the previous album, War Within Me. There's the gatefold for you, but it's still a good listen. Production's a bit lo-fi though. It doesn't sound as good as it could, I don't think, this album, but it still sounds decent. This is supposed to be on green vinyl, but it looks more blue to me. But yeah, it's a good album. Blaze vocally sounding great. The backup band, which is Absolver, if you're not familiar with. Fantastic band, seen Blaze and Absolver quite a few times over the last few years, and those guys know what they're doing. Great guitar work from Luke Appleton and company. Tears in Rain, great track. The Year Beyond This Year, great track. Ghost in the Bowl, love the guitar work in that. Broken Man, fantastic tune. Circle Stone title track's really good. Absent, it's the Day of Reckoning. Until We Meet Again, the last track is pretty much just vocals with a bit of guitar work in there. I think there's some violin in there as well. It sounds really, really nice. But if you like old school heavy metal, new wave of British heavy metal, you can't go wrong with this. Blaze's Circle of Stone. Like I say, not as good as the previous album, but still good stuff. I like it a lot. Met Blaze twice. Such a nice guy. Fantastic stuff from Blaze Bayley. Circle of Stone there. Glad I picked that up. On to some death metal for the last two. And here's Job for a Cowboy. And Genesis, which came out in 2007. These guys got tons of stick when they first appeared on the scene, purely because their band got big by what was at the time the biggest social media platform out there, MySpace. But this is a good death metal album. They started off as a deathcore band, but definitely switched up their style to death metal. Here's the inserts. These guys recently got back together and made an absolutely phenomenal album. Here we go. Nice custom centerings on fucking awful brown vinyl, but at least it matches the colour of the artwork, I suppose. So this is a good album. I'm not going to lie, they definitely wanted to do better things. Johnny Davey on the vocals, he's a great vocalist. I mean, I think he's the only one left from the lineup that recorded this album now, actually. But it's a decent album. Don't get me wrong, it's not going to blow you away. But I really like a lot of it, to be honest. I mean, Bearing the Serpent's Lamb, first tune is great. Fantastic vocals. Altered from Kazakhstan, great guitar riffs, really, really good. Embedded, another great track. Strings of Hypocrisy, Blasphemy, The Divine Falsehood. Good album from these guys. They're definitely going to do better stuff. The guitar solos, though, are not great. I'm not surprised they upgraded to different guitar players over the years, because the solos on this are not that great at all. Don't get me wrong, I'm not rubbishing the guy because I can't play lead guitar to save my life. I'm only a rhythm player. But the lead guitar on this album is not great. But the songs in general are great. Let's face it, solos don't make great songs, don't make great albums. They're a nice little bit of icing on the cake, but the cake itself needs to taste good in the first place. And up last is 6 Feet Under, and their third album, Maximum Violence, which originally came out in 1999. Had it on CD since the day of release. I really like this one. Barnes is a bit of a regular punching bag in the metal circles these days, but I think people need to have respect and acknowledge what he did for death metal, and still is doing for death metal these days. Over the years, yeah, I really like this one. Had it when it first came out. Nicely been reissued on vinyl at last. Opening track on side 1, Feast on the Bloody Insane, great track. Great vocals from Chris, catchy stuff. Bonesaw, great tune. Victim of Paranoid, great vocals in the chorus again. No Warning Shot. Side 8 ends with a cover of Kiss's War Machine, which I really like actually. Not good as the Kiss original, of course, but still a decent cover. Mass Murder Rampage, Torture Killer, great track. Hacked to Pieces. Then you got a couple of covers on here. Iron Maiden's Rothschild and Thin Lizzy's Jailbreak. Some decent covers to end this album. I like this one a lot. 6 Feet Under, never the best death metal band, but certainly a band that I've enjoyed over the years. And happy to pick this album up. There we are. 6 Feet Under's Maximum Violence from 1999. Glad to finally have it in the collection. So we go to... Guys, that is it for today. Nice collection update video for you there. As per usual, and as always, jump in the comment section and let me know what you think about these pickups. Have you picked up any of these albums or any of these you're looking to pick up in the future? I should be back with you soon, as always. So until next time, thank you for watching, taking the time out and to watch this video. It's very much appreciated. Until next time, as per usual, cheers, take care, and I'll see you later.